Yo, 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 it's overtflow. What's going on, you guys? How are you guys? Doing the first things first about the gameplay. It's going to be dope. If you enjoy the gameplay or you enjoy story time, leave that love in the comment section below and leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead and say, Adam rocks my socks. Just say that. We're going to get into a story about some crazy girls, some crazy one-night stands. If you've seen the story about me and my cousin made a porno, this is about the same girl. Okay, but we're going to tell a little bit more in depth about it. My cousin's going to tell his side. And we're going to go ahead and say some more crazy things that she did because the girl was psycho, kind of. So, anyways, let's hit 350 likes on this video because we're sharing some intimate details with you. And my cousin Adam is here. As always, go ahead, Adam.
What's up, guys? Adam, the one and only, here to join you guys in this video and hope you guys like the story. It's some pretty crazy stuff we're about to get into, so make sure you leave a like.
Alright, so how do you want to start it off, man? So basically, you know what? Actually, I'll start it off real quick.
Okay.
Just to sum it up, this girl, my cousin made friends with this girl, basically, and she was like one of our friend's brother's ex-girlfriends, and she banged the brother, then she banged his brother. Didn't Chris hook up with her too?
I think so, dude. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that he did. And then she started talking to my cousin Adam, and she came over, and me and my cousin filmed them banging, pretty much.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin Philip filmed Adam and this girl banging, and it was a huge, crazy thing. And so this is his side of that story. And Adam, I'm just gonna let you break it down, and then I'll add in. And then after that, you guys, after she hooked up with my cousin, she started to get at his brother, and then she started to get at me, and then she started to get at his brother. So we all basically hooked up with her. So, anyways, Adam, I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell your part of the story, and yeah, get into it.
Okay. I want to first start off how we started talking. Like you said, it was in the MySpace days when basically all you had to do was just hit up any girl, and like you said, you could hit up maybe 20, and out of that 20, you get maybe 5 responses. Well, I was feeling a little bit bold that night, and I hit up this girl, and we had already been talking like a while. Like, I'd be like, hey, you're cute on her pictures and comment on that, whatever. But one day, I just messaged her, and I was like, hey, are you down to fuck? Like, sorry, can I say that? Anyway, I said it. But, so, I got a reply. She was like, wait, are you serious? And I was like getting kind of nervous because I'm really little. I'm like 13. No, I'm like 14 at the time. And she started saying, like, well, are you serious? I say, well, yeah, I'm serious. You know, I have nothing to lose. I don't really know this girl too much. So she's like, well, yeah. So we set up a day.
Dude, that is the coolest story, first off. That's so cool. And that teaches you. You just got to be confident and get out there and say weird stuff. And people do it. It's weird.
It's just, girls are weird, man. You just got to be aggressive and maybe you'll get a good response. So we set up a date and she comes over. First of all, she lives all the way in like Northtown. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Vegas, but where we live, Northtown was like a good 30 minutes out of town, right? Like,
ghetto.
Outside. Yeah. So she comes over and she meets everybody. We're all saying hi and everything. We're hanging out downstairs on the computer, listening to music, whatever. And then out of nowhere, she's like, hey, I want to see your room. So that's when I give Philip, my brother, my twin brother, and then PJ, the look like, hey man, you guys gonna have to give me some alone time now, you know? So we go upstairs and I show her my room, and she was really aggressive, guys. Like, really, she was a really small Asian girl, but she was really aggressive, okay? So first thing she does is she like pretty much throws me on the bed. So we start kissing, and this was probably the most like uncomfortable part of the story, because when we start kissing, she grabs my tongue with her teeth, of course, and she pretty much bites down like she's trying to rip the thing off. What I'm like tapping out, man. I'm like tapping her back, like, I can't do this. So I get over that. I'm like, dude, I'm getting laid. I don't care if my tongue's like bitten in half. I'm getting laid. So, you know, I make my move. And this is the thing, guys. You have to make the first move, okay? You have to start, you know, it's all with the hand movements. So
Dude.
You start going with, I'm not going to get into detail. I'm just saying. You got to start with the hand movements, okay? They can use their imagination. All right? Well, so we got into that.
And then he pulls out a condom from underneath his mattress, which I thought was the weirdest place to hold a condom.
I knew she was coming over, okay? I placed it there right before she came over, right? I didn't want to, like, be looking all over for it. I would have left it in my pocket. I didn't have any pockets on my basketball shorts, I don't think. So, yeah, we start getting into it. I unknowingly find out that PJ and Philip are on my patio through my window looking. I would have known. I would have given them a better show, but, so we start going, and she gets on top, right? So you know, this is probably like, I mean, I've already had sex before, but this is only the second girl I've had sex with. I was still kind of shy. So she gets on top and she starts going at it, and she kind of tires out. So I start giving her the pelvic thrust, the famous pelvic thrust.
The super thrust.
So we start getting that, and then like, dude, she gets like super horny, man, because she like pretty much dripped all over my shirt, everything. And apparently we were being really loud, and my dad was right downstairs. Our walls were very thin. I remember my brother telling me like, dude, dad heard for sure, and I'm pretty sure he did, man, because when I actually had to take her home after this whole scenario, and my dad was like giving me kind of like a smirk and a laugh, like, "Atta boy" kind of talk, but my dad didn't really mind. Anyways,
Yeah, it's so cool. You were like 5.
dude, 14. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Um,
14 and a half.
so, yeah, so right after that, I would talk to her on the phone all the time, and dude, she was so crazy because I would like talk to her on the phone, and then, oh wait, before that, I want to get into like when we were like kissing in the bed. She like secretly snapped pictures of us like kissing, and like posted them on her like MySpace page, and I was like, dude, when did you take these?
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. What, dude? That's so weird. That's so crazy. Anyway, and she was way old. Wasn't she like 16?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, and
She was like older than me.
so like I was automatically her boyfriend, dude. I had no chance. Like she labeled me her boyfriend already. So that's where the craziness started.
And so, anyways, so that's where it started. And then she would basically, he would be on the phone with her at night, and she would literally keep. And girls sometimes like to talk to you on the phone, right? But this girl, she would straight up fall asleep when he would like hear her knocked out, like snoring. So he would hang up and try to go to sleep, and she would call him back. Like he would literally sleep for like 2 hours because this girl would call him back just to stay on the phone, not even talking, just like snoring.
Yeah, it was really awkward. And then another crazy thing, and this is where I knew her family had like a history of craziness, and it really freaked me out. And this is where I kind of like cut ties after, because I went to Texas and I like tried to stop talking to her, and that's when she actually started talking to my brother a little bit. But so I talked to her, and she was like, "Hey, I gotta tell you something. I've been wanting to get off my chest." I was like, "Okay, like just let me know." She's like, "Well, it's about my dad," and I was like, okay. I was thinking maybe like he was like hitting her or something, maybe. Like I was just speculating, but so then she finds out, she's like, "Yeah, well, my dad's a top wanted guy like around the world." Like I was like, "Well, what for?" She was like, "Well, he was a serial killer in the Philippines." And I was like, "What?
Jesus!
And you have me like dating you?" And she was like, "Yeah, but they don't know." And I was like, "Well, what if they find out, man? The dude's gonna chop me into little pieces and probably fry me."
Yeah,
So
stir fry.
yeah. Well, right after that, I was like, all right, I can't do it. I'm done. So, like, I pretty much cut ties with her, and then that's kind of where she started, I think, talking to you, PJ.
So, anyways, basically, he found out this girl's a murderer. He went down, man. He got super scared, but me, I dived right in. I was like, "Yo, what's up?"
That's a turn on. Right?
Yeah, it got me going. You know, that gets me going. And we started talking, right? And so we started hooking up or whatever, and we ended up we ended up talking a little bit, you know, get some nudes here and there, whatever, and we ended up hooking up at a park outside my cousin's house. So we went to this park, and we ended up like hooking up in the slide and hooking up like on the playground area, because like where the rocks are that you climb up. I don't know if you guys know what those things are. Like they're like fake rocks that you can climb up. I don't know. We ended up like hooking up there, and it was like nighttime though. It was like pretty dark out, and she had a friend with her or something, and the friend was just like waiting like 20 feet away from us, which was super weird.
Hey, I just want to add to that guy, dude. That guy was there when we first hooked up too. Dude, that was like the ultimate friend zone guy. You can tell he had like a crazy thing about her. But
Was
she
it
was
a
like,
dude?
no, I just remember we called him Snorlax. He's like a really big, like kind of Asian guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I remember him having like a super big thing for her, but she was like in like 100% friend zone, man, because
Dude, that dude
he was just
brought
there for
her.
rides. Yeah, like she just used them for rides, like over to hang out with us.
Dude, he brought her around to hook up with dudes when he was totally into her, which is really messed up. But anyway, so we hooked up like on the in the slide area and on the playground rocks thing. And dude, honestly, I didn't even like really let her give me dome, because I thought she was gonna bite my thing off, because she was biting my lip so freaking hard, dude. I was bleeding. I was bleeding. Like I was bleeding. I had cuts on my lip from her bites. But yeah. So she was cool. Like she could do handy J's or whatever. But she went instead of, like when she went to go give a handy J, a hand job, a little thing down there, you know. instead of going for the wiener area, she like went straight to the balls and tickled him.
Oh, I remember she does that, man. She just goes straight down there, dude. It's not even. Dude, I had to like stop her hand because I started laughing, man. Just,
Dude, what is that? Why would you do that to me? She's just very ticklish. She's just very ticklish down there. She just went straight for the balls, tickled the balls. And yeah, she was super crazy though, super crazy. Nice booty though for being as tiny as she was.
yeah.
So we got it all going, and then after that, I stopped talking to her. I saw her like maybe twice after that, and that was pretty much the extent of seeing her because her dad was freaking crazy, and I think that he was like moving back or something. So yeah, no way, not for me. And then Philip got into it, I think, after me, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they actually hooked. I know they were like flirting and stuff, but I don't know if they actually had the chance to hook up because I think we had already moved after.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I remember that tape, dude. Like when I was with Alex, like you still had it, and you would like play around with me, like, dude, I'm sure, I'm sure. I was like, dude, please delete it because it was, man, I could have made some money off that though, probably, you know.
Dude, probably, but it probably would have also gone to jail because it was little kids. But anyways,
Oh, yeah.
that's the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the story from Adam and from myself. And if you did, leave a like. Leave some love down below. Let's shoot for 350 likes, man. And subscribe if you're new. That's the end of this thing. Adam, you got any outro stuff you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to tell them to enjoy the video and give it a few likes. You know, everybody get a like on this.
Nice, man. Nice. All right, guys. Love you guys a ton. You guys are beautiful. If you want Adam back, just leave that love down below. And if you made it to the end of the video, I want you to say, what can we say? Tell them something to say in the comment section so I know they made it to the end.
Tickle my balls.
Tickle my balls. There you go. I am overtflow, and I'm over it. And I'm over it now. Yeah. All right. Over it. And no.
Mwah.
No.